So good morning students. Now we'll go for the next half of your second and fourth module, that is your optical amplifiers. So under optical amplifiers we'll see the basic applications and types of optical amplifiers there. So first your necessity of your optical amplifiers. So if I want to transmit the signals over a long distances that is greater than 100 kilometers, in that case I have to compensate the attenuation losses there. So here this can be accomplished by using an optoelectronic module there. So where this optoelectronic module is going to consist of an optical transmitter, your optical receiver, regenerator, equalizer. So these are the blocks that are going to be available in your optoelectronic module. So by doing this arrangement, we can see that where your optical signal, this arrangement is going to be limited for converting your optical signal to electrical signal and electrical signal to your optical signal. So the necessity is when I want to transmit the signal to a longer distances that is greater than 100 kilometers, and to avoid the attenuation losses, I need an optical amplifier to be inserted between the fiber links. So this optoelectronic module is going to consist of an optical transmitter, receiver, then regenerator and an equalizer there. So here basically we can define your optical amplifier as a device which is going to amplify this optical signal even without converting into an electrical signal there. So here the light signal itself will be amplified. So whatever light signal we are going to propagate, that light signal will be amplified by the optical amplifier there. So main reasons to use this optical amplifier is reliability, flexibility, wavelength division multiplexing and low cost. Because of these advantages, we can go for the use of your optical amplifiers. So the basic concept is your optical amplifiers are going to use the stimulated emission concept there. So here in this case, basically your optical amplifier is going to use a laser without any feedback. So when I am going to use without any feedback, then in that case the optical gain of the filter or of the amplifier should be realized. So the optical gain is going to be realized with your amplifier is going to be pumped optically to achieve the population inversion. That is your wavelengths are going to be pumped optically to achieve your populated inversion there. So the gain of your amplifier is going to depend on the wavelength, the internal light intensity and the amplifier medium there. So here in this case there are three types of optical amplifiers. One is semiconductor optical amplifier, and the other one is the Raman amplifier, and third one is the erbium fiber doped amplifier. So we say it as EDFA, erbium doped fiber amplifiers. So the general application of the optical amplifiers, it can be classified under three categories. One is inline amplifier, the other one is your power amplifier, and third one is your pre-amplifier there. So first inline amplifier is nothing but a single mode link. So here in this case we are going to have an optical transmitter and optical receiver. These are nothing but the fiber lines. So here when I am going to transmit the signal, the energy of the signal, you can see that it is going to be high. When it is going to be transmitted after a longer distance, the signal length, the amplitude of the signal becomes less. So in that case, to increase the amplitude of the signal, I am going to use an inline amplifier which is going to amplify the signal, and then again it is going to be transmitted through the fiber lines there. And at the receiver side, you are going to the optical receiver is going to receive the signal there. So here we are going to have the fiber. When I am going to use the inline amplifier, the fiber dispersion is going to be very small so that the repeater can be eliminated. So in a single mode link, if the fiber dispersion may be small, then the repeater can be eliminated there. Instead of regeneration of the signals, we are going to just amplify the signals here. See, just we are amplifying this signal and then we are again propagating it. So in this case, when I am going to use, we are going to increase the distance between the regenerative repeaters. So when I am going to use this inline amplifier, I can increase the distance between the two regenerative repeaters there. This is about inline optical amplifiers. Next is power amplifier. So power amplifier is nothing but one is the device can be placed after the transmitter to boost the transmitted power. So whatever is going to be the optical transmitter we are going to have, we are going to place a power amplifier at the output of your optical transmitter, so that in this case this will boost the power of the optical signal there. So when it is going to be boosted, the amplitude is going to be a higher level and which can be transmitted through a longer fiber link there. So in this case, when it reaches the optical receiver, it is going to reach at the correct amplitude there. So here this is going to provide an increase in distance. The increase in distance is going to depend on the amplifier gain and the fiber loss. So here this is when I am going to increase the power level of the optical signal, and this is going to be used to increase the bit rate of the signal there. So here in this case we are going to have here the signal level. If I want to increase, see here I am going to have an optical transmitter. The optical transmitter is going to be transmitted along the fiber length. So when it is going to be transmitted beyond a particular length, the amplitude of the signal will decrease. If the amplitude of the signal decreases, then at one stage it will degrade. So for that, to avoid it, we are going to use a land booster amplifier, where this land booster amplifier will amplify the signal level, and then that signal level will be amplified and it will be given to a star coupler, where the star coupler will send to the corresponding receiver stations there. So one is to boost the power level, we will be using the output of your optical transmitter. To increase the signal level, we will be using a land booster amplifier there. Next is preamplifier. So preamplifier is going to be used as a front-end preamplifier for an optical receiver. So before the optical receiver, we are going to have a preamplifier there. So whatever is going to be the weak optical signal which is going to be received before the photo detection process is going to set on, we have to amplify the signal, so that there is going to be no signal to noise degradation is going to be avoided. That means that the noise can be suppressed at the receiver side, and it is going to provide a larger gain factor and bandwidth when I am going to use a pre-amplifier. So when I am going to select the amplifiers, based on the requirement I am going to select. So when I want the type, the power amplifier is going to be selected when I want high gain, high output power, but noise figure is not of so much important. Inline amplifier is when I want medium gain, medium output power, but good noise figure I want, means I will be using the inline amplifier. If I want to go for pre-amplifier, means pre-amplifier can have low gain, low output power, but the noise figure value should be of a low value, that is less than 5 dB is essential there. Next is the basic operation of the optical amplifier. So the basic operation of the optical amplifier is, here we are going to have the optical signal there. The optical signal is going to be of different wavelengths. Here this optical signal will be coupled to the amplifier couplers there. So your fiber to amplifier coupler, we are going to have an amplifier here. This optical signal will be coupled to the fiber to amplifier couplers, and then it will be sent to the active medium. So in this active medium, that is the medium where your signal is going to be propagated. So in this active medium, there are chances of the power level of the signal to decrease. So in order to increase the power level of the signal, we are going to use a pump source there. So where this pump source is going to generate a signal or wavelength which is going to boost the power level of this signal there. So when the power level is going to be increased, the wavelength is going to be here. Longer wavelength is going to be achieved there. So in that case, what we are going to do is, once it is achieved, we are going to, when the high power level signal is going to be coupled back again from the fiber to the amplifier coupler, and at the output we are going to get the amplified output there. Okay, so pump source is going to increase the power level of the signal present in the active medium there, and this power level will be amplified and it will be given to the amplified output signal there. So in your if I am going to see a stimulated absorption. So the stimulated absorption is, first we are going to assume that this is the energy level which is going to be at the ground state, and this is the energy level at E2. So here whenever a light is going to be in this ground state, I am going to have the 4 electrons to be present. So when 4 electrons are going to be present in the ground state, when a light of energy HF is going to be instant on this electron, your electrons will get excited, and 1 electron will move from the E1 and the ground state to the higher energy level. So you can see that after this light is incident, 1 electron will get excited and it will go to the energy level 2. That is called stimulated absorption. So stimulated emission. So stimulated emission is nothing but once the energy is going to be, the electron is going to be present in the excited state, after some time automatically the energy of the electron, it will fall back to the ground state there. So when it's going to come to the ground state, again an energy, photon of energy will be excited there. So we can see that this is the photon of your energy HF there. So then now the electron has come back to the ground state. So this is called stimulated emission. So emission is from higher energy level to the ground state, you are going to emit the light there. So here the conditions for amplification by stimulated emission is, one is population inversion. So population inversion means more electrons are going to be excited to the higher energy level there. Pumping is to achieve the process of population inversion. It is a process to achieve the population inversion there. This is going to be done by an external energy source. So stimulated emission can be done by pumping process, which is going to be done through an external energy source. Thank you.